This study reminds me of family courts. This study shows that 8 people who are healthy said a few key words that led people to make a diagnosis, basically coming to a decision and a belief. And once they came to that belief, no matter how the patient exhibited, it reinforced the belief of their initial assessment. Family courts do the same thing. Dr. Stephen Miller did a study and looked at specifically high conflict cases. And he determined that judges, lawyers, professionals, psychiatrists, psychologists, everyone makes wrong decisions about 95% of the time in high conflict cases because these situations are counterintuitive. This is part of the problem with family courts and courts themselves being an adversarial process. They fail to always properly identify the situation. And once they make a decision, they stick to it as if they made the correct initial assessment. And instead of helping people, they support abuse when they do these things. Just like these people who gave them a few key words, just 3 words: empty, hollow, thud. They said they heard voices, and these were what they heard. Empty, hollow, thud. And because of this, they were almost all were diagnosed with schizophrenia. That was not the case. They didn't probe enough. They didn't question enough. They just assumed. This is the problem with family courts and people doing assessments in family courts. Not all cases are high conflict. Only a small percentage of cases are high conflict. And because of that, they try to rationalize what they're observing and use that for all the cases. In Canada, about 95% of divorces resolve prior to trial. In New Brunswick, 98%. Only 2% of cases are high conflict, actually go to trial. The 98% of cases, they get resolved. So because there's a resolution, you get 2 parties that are able to resolve conflict. When you have a case that goes to trial, it's because these people cannot resolve conflict. And it's not necessarily both parties who are unreasonable. It takes just one unreasonable party to prevent resolution or a compromise or an agreement to happen. These people act like terrorists. There is no way to negotiate with them. Everything has to be their way. Now, the problem with this is they present a false narrative and try to align the court, the lawyers, the police, child protection with them. And most times, because of their victims, how they present, and when they present as erratic, emotional, and stressed out because they are being abused, and they are the targets of intimate partner violence, domestic violence by proxy, and family violence, and their children are being also affected by this family violence. The people observing the situation think they're the cause of the problem because they are so unstable, instead of recognizing that they are victims of abuse and they need help. So these people that need help, that are victims of abuse, end up getting further abused by family courts, by police, by child protection, by lawyers.